It's time. Yellow League. I know a lot of you were sad that it's not the Red League. We'll get to the Red League at some point. But it is a real money, live DFF draft, 2-minute clock that I'm in. This is my second draft. Avery had a second draft yesterday. What's up, all y'all? Thank you for coming in and tuning in. I, for one, am super pumped about this. Super, super pumped. Avery says, Mathan. Denick is in this draft as well. He says, time to dominate and show Nathan how it's done. Heck yeah. If you guys want to get in a live league, by the way, Sean Colwell asking how he can get in a live league. He does have a season pass. Sean, you can send a DM to Tommy Peanuts. But if you want to get in one of these live leagues, just go ahead and go to flockfantasy.com/domain. I'll drop the link in the comments here to get in a live league. Just sign up for the season pass and we will get you into one of these live leagues. But because I drafted at the 101 last week, now I'm at the 110. We've got Heffern Jason drafting at the 101, Sting staying at the 102. We got Denick in here, we got Belt, we got Chrome, TB23, Broncos, Pappy, CK, M4 Deb, and Alec as well is also in here, and Tenacious G. So got a ton of goats in here, guys. Got a ton of goats. What's up, Sting Stang? He's in the chat. He's chilling, hanging out. I am so freaking pumped for this. Tony Peanuts. That's amazing. What's up, Daryl? How you doing, man? Denick in every league. Sunraker, let's go. All right, 110 sucks. Good luck. Thank you. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I have already been doing prep. I've already been preparing myself for this. Gosh, my screen is tiny. Let me get my screen to be a little bit bigger since we're not in round 12 at the moment. Here you go. Since you want to see my beautiful face. But I've literally I've been doing a crash course over the last 10 minutes with the algo right here. And I've been looking at the ideal draft strategies and stuff, using the sleeper one because we're on sleeper at the moment. So it's been pretty dang helpful. Awesome tool. Go check it out on the site. But here we go. We're going to start the draft right meow. 2-minute clock. Heffern's up. Here we go. I would bet, I'm not going to name drop here, but I am going to name drop. I'm assuming that he's taking the one, the only potential wide receiver. There he goes, Jamar Chase. He didn't really even have to think about it. So, Torsten said, you're going to lie at the same time as Mason. Why? Why? Sometimes it just be like that. It just happens like that sometimes. Chris, not happy that we're not in the Red League tonight. Did anyone read my no Red League comment? Did anyone read it? Well, I didn't. I definitely didn't read your comment. I did read it, though. And I know you're sad about it. It's okay. Starting right on time, definitely a go thin stream. That's hilarious. Yeah, no, I'm too excited for this draft to not get it done, get it started right on time. Nikolai said, wait, I missed it. What's the site called? Yeah, I'll drop it in the chat here. Sign up for the season pass with code domain. Send us a DM and we will get you. Oh, thanks, Avery. You're the man. And we will literally get you in the draft, or in the next live draft that we have. So, nothing out of the ordinary here. Jamar Chase 101, Gibbs, Bijan 102, 103, CD Lamb at 104. I think a lot of people at this point, in our circles at least, know that we're pretty big fans of CD Lamb this year. So, getting him at the 106, I think that ship has kind of sailed. I haven't seen him go at the 106 in a real money draft so far. Justin Jefferson at the 105. Anyone concerned about JJ and his hamstring issues? I will say this draft, I am very, very curious to see A, where Devontae Adams goes, B, where Rashee Rice goes, and C, where Jordan Addison goes. Addison obviously gets a 3-game suspension, pretty standard for a DUI. That does make you wonder what the suspension is going to be for Rashee Rice. Will he end up falling? Will he miss more time than is ideal? I don't know. Are you worried about? Well, are you worried about that? We shall see. So, Amon-Ra St. Brown at the 106. That is the highest that I've seen him go. Sorry, guys, I have to freaking plug in my computer. I forgot to plug it in. I forgot. What's up? He's in the chat here. How you doing, man? What's up? We got to report that Jefferson is nearly fully healthy. That's good to know. I hope he's fully healthy for the entire year and doesn't have a hamstring issue ever again. Please, ever, never, ever. We got Belt 2 Butt 89 is up now at the 107. So this is pretty wild. So Amon-Ra going at the 106. You know what that means at the 107 or who that leaves. We'll see when he eventually ends up going. But I had CMC last year at the 101 and won. I'm numb to it at this point. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, Belt, that was the right pick. I was just talking about this with Avery today after his draft yesterday where he had to take Barkley at the 106. When we were talking about Saquon Barkley and potentially fading him this year, it was him going really like top 2 to 3. If Barkley is going at the 1.6, 1.7, you really can't not take him. Like, if you wanted to take Neighbors, I guess that's fine. But really, like, if you had told me in the early offseason, like back in February after the season ended, that Saquon Barkley next year was going to be available at the 106 or the 107, I would have told you were absolutely insane. Absolutely nuts. We'll see who Alec takes here. Very interested to see who he goes with. Crap. Gosh, frick. I knew it was too good to be true. There was no chance that Puka was going to fall to me. That just makes it more difficult. Looking at some of my ideal picks here again, Puka, the guy that I was eyeing, Amon-Ra, went a lot higher than normal, which is why Puka, there was even a chance that he could fall to me. But again, looking at the algo, I think I know what I'm going to do in this range. Again, it's not pretty because you're just in a big fat tier of blah. But this time around, I am pretty comfortable going with BTJ. So I will snag BTJ here. And then I'm just going to let the board do the work for me. I have no issue taking BTJ. I'm pretty confident that he's going to be fine this year. High upside. Not too worried about Travis Hunter taking away from him because he's just too explosive and too good with a limited amount of work. So, yeah, BTJ, definitely the pick there. Alec might be sniping me all day. Puka was the right pick there. That was a great, great move. Father's Figure says, Iago is pretty sick. Has me reconsidering my vow of never playing redraft again. Great work, guys. Thanks, Father's Figure. This is a shout out to our team, our entire team. Helped us a ton with all this research, building out the algorithm. The 4 factors is honestly like one of the greatest tools that Domain as a team has like ever built. Huge shout out to Eric, Tom, Kyle, all those guys helping get the algorithm all together. We actually just today on the site, if you're in a 10-team league, 10-team redraft league, we've got everything you need for that. We have Sleeper, ESPN, Yahoo, and Flock, a Flock format as well. That's like all of the expert rankings in terms of like that ADP. That's built for more like competitive leagues. So the 10-team version of the algorithm is now included now on the site if you go over there. If you're in a 10-team league, I know a lot of people are in those for redrafts, so we do have that option for you guys. Denick taking a long time to make his picks at the 112 and 201. Nico going at the 111. Yeah, it's tough. There's not a wrong pick from the 110 to the 203 necessarily because you're just in one big tier. You just have to hope that your picks are correct, which is what makes it so difficult, I think, on the tail end of the draft this year. It's not really as clear cut and dry as you would like it to be. Happy Wednesday. What's up, KT Aggie? Appreciate you guys joining. Drop a like if you haven't already. We got 157 watching right now and climbing. Denick says, watch out, boys. I got the algo pulled up. Oh, wait. You all have it too. Yeah, we do all have it. I'm checking it out right now. What are my round 2 ideal picks? Yeah. We'll see who ends up falling to me here. If anyone ends up falling to me. A lot of different directions I could go here. I mean, at the 110, my top strategies, I'm pretty in line with these top strategies and have a lot of flexibility depending on who I go with here in the second round. yeah, if you guys want to get in one of these real money next leagues, then go sign up for the season pass over at flockfantasy.com/domain. The link is right here in the comments. It's also pinned for you guys as well. And there goes Drake London at the 2-1. I think that's a good pick. BK Rames calling it one of those two. London is the one that goes. HN and Henry would be sweet. London and Genty. High usage, older running back. Why is everybody fading Barkley this year? That would be the argument. So CMC at the 2-2. That leaves me with, oh my gosh, you people are making it difficult for me. Holy crap. Shoot. Alec is going to have a heck of a start regardless. Jeez Louise. Crap. I'm going to... Gosh, dang it. I'll take Genty. The reason that annoyed me is because I wish I had both, honestly. But I didn't think that one of them would make it back. The London pick was a surprise to me. I thought we were going to have a big run of running backs where it was HN, Henry, CMC, and Genty, or some combination of those in whatever order. Yeah, we do have a few spots left for the live leagues that are coming out next week that we'll be doing. So first come, first serve for those. As I see the season passes come in tonight, I will let you guys know how many spots we have left for those live leagues next week. But again, if you sign up with the season pass tonight, we will get you in one of those live leagues. Daryl says you can't go wrong at the 1-2 turn, honestly. Yeah, I hope so. Value-wise, with that big tier, you can't go wrong with your pick. But, I mean, at the end of the day, some of those guys are going to outproduce others. So you are going to end up going wrong. And it just analytically, it's really, really hard to pinpoint which ones are going to be the better picks. You don't get that teardrop. Honestly, I would almost put Neighbors and Puka in a tier of their own because never am I taking BCJ, Nico, HN, CMC, Genty, Henry over those guys. I would put Amon-Ra, Neighbors, and Puka, I think, are all in a tier of their own together. So we got Henry going there at with Alec. I think that was the pick there. Alec, honestly, part of the reason I took Genty is because I didn't want you to get the insane upside of Puka and Genty on the same team. And Henry has a ridiculous amount of upside too, but you are like technically taking on a decent amount of risk that way. And I didn't want to just hand you Genty at the 204. So there, honestly, though, like I have those guys, I think, ranked in the same tier. Alec by far has the best start so far. Puka Nacua and Derrick Henry, hands down best start. Doing about 2 leagues a week. So do the math with those spots minus Avery and I spots. That's about 22 spots for you guys who want to claim them by signing up for a season pass on the stream tonight. Alec got crazy value, 100%. I'll tell you what, guys. The crazy value fallers at the end of the first here were really a result of Amon-Ra going at the 1-6 from Belt Butt to Denick. We all got pretty solid pick options. And then again, that kind of helped. And then London at the 2-1, really technically like that's what got Alec the crazy value at running back is London going at the 201. I'm not saying London was the wrong pick. I don't think London was a bad pick at all. But generally what I've seen is London goes more in the early mid-second, like 2-4 to 2-6, as opposed to 201. So getting Henry there at the 2-4 is definitely the four. To get him any later than that. What's the most you'd be willing to give up for Travion Henderson? Well, I can't tell you that, man. I'll tell you. Are the new annual Mother Flockers in on the live leagues? Yeah, happen. If you're a Dynasty, we'll get you in a Dynasty live league. If you are wanting to get in a redraft league instead, if you sign up for the annual Mother Flocker tier, we will get you guys in a live league, guaranteed, no problem. If you sign up for the annual Mother Flocker tier on the stream tonight. Denick said, I almost took the gamble with CMC, but I'm so high on London. I mean, I don't blame you, dude. So are we. London commanded a ridiculous amount of target volume. I mean, who's to say that he's not going to produce like Amon-Ra this season? He was dang close to last year. Dang close. So Bucky, we got to run of running backs here. The mid-level running or the mid-second running backs, Bucky, JT, and Jacobs. That is as expected right there. Dylan thinks Ladd's reception perception from Ladd is absolutely insane. Yeah, no, it's phenomenal. It's great. Love to see the efficient route runners. Nathan playing defense this draft. Yeah, a little bit, kind of, sort of. Alec, okay, so it looks like I did. Alec wanted Genty so bad, so I did snipe him. You sniped me with Puka, so I got you back with Genty, I guess. I do feel better. Look, in hindsight, I feel better about a BTJ Genty start than I would have with the BTJ and Henry start. Which is crazy to say because I took a rookie and I took a wide receiver that's technically contending with Travis Hunter now, but I don't feel too bad about that. It's crazy how King Henry is still going this high in Dynasty drafts. Yeah, King Henry for a reason, man. He is the king. If you didn't think he should have been called that before, he definitely should be now. He is goated. And I am so glad he is not in the Colts division. Not like it matters because the Colts have sucked forever. What's the prize for the league? This is a $20 buy-in per team, so the payout is like the second place gets their buy-in back, and then the rest goes to first place. And there goes Kyron at the 209. So Kyron, when he was generally available at the 2-3 turn, I think a little bit of hype with the extension has actually pushed him up even a couple of spots in this draft. And honestly, can't really blame you because there was a decent amount of unknown heading into this season, admittedly, with Kyron, and was there going to be usage allocated to Blake Corum and Jarquez Hunter if they're not really going to be long-term dedicated to Kyron? And now that they are, they might as well just run him into the ground for the next couple of seasons. I think he's solidified himself with that money as the bell cow majority of the snap share opportunity type of running back in that offense. So I think Kyron's a good pick at the 2-9. CeeDee Lamb and Kyron is a great start. That's the second. That might be better than Puka Henry. Broncos Pappy, I think you took over Alec with the best start through the first couple of rounds. I think CD and Kyron is phenomenal. Then Chase Brown at the 210. So all these running backs going off the board right now. What's up, Nathan? Many blessings to everyone in here. What's up, Bo? Appreciate you joining, man. Drop a like if you guys haven't already. I appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out. Man, crazy. Thanking the maker that he took Jahmyr Gibbs at the 102. JT over Jacobs is interesting. Yeah, I think... did Avery take JT over? No, Avery took JT over Bucky yesterday. I do view those guys in the same tier. Jacobs, Taylor, and Bucky. And then honestly, I put Kyron in that tier as well. Chase Brown might be in there. But my mic keeps cutting out, Dylan says. Thank you for the info. I'm not sure if I can do much about that. I wonder if it's my freaking extender or whatever. Let me guys know if the audio is okay. How bad is it cutting out? Just let me know. Keep me posted. I tested it earlier. It didn't sound bad, but David said, Nathan with the thank the maker reference. 3 seconds of your mic cutting out every 3 to 4 minutes. Ugh. Okay, not ideal. If it gets worse, let me know. That might be YouTube. But I also wouldn't be shocked if it's my lemur. I need to get a new lemur. Sting staying in the league too. Heck yeah, man. We got a star-studded group tonight. Chase Brown too low. He should have been before Bucky, TBH. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't blame you if you took Chase Brown at mid-second, honestly. He's going to get a lot of workload this season. I do think that in terms of efficiency, though, like Bucky's more efficient with his opportunities. JT's more efficient. Jacob's more efficient. Kyron more efficient. Like Chase Brown really is the product of the system. He is not an efficient receiving asset. He's not an efficient runner of the football. Like he is a volume only guy, which is, again, very, very good. But that is the one thing that I would give everyone that went above him the upper hand. I think everyone's scared of running backs going. So Bowers falls to the 212. Look at this rainbow draft start for Heffern. Ballsy, but I like it because of the value. Bowers at the 212. Heffern, you're smart with this, man. You can only let Bowers fall so far. And while it's unfortunate that you can't get double running back or can't get double wide receiver, it honestly ends up being the best value. I mean, Bowers had 150 targets last year in a worse situation with Aiden O'Connell throwing the ball, and this year it's going to be Geno Smith. So I think this will have pretty solid return on investment when it's all said and done. I mean, at the end of the day, would you rather have Ladd or Bowers? I think I'd rather have Bowers. No universe is BTJ competing for touches with Hunter. Yeah, I mean, I said in quotations, competing with Travis Hunter. I don't necessarily think that's the case. I think they're complementary. I think Liam Cohen offenses can support multiple wide receiver ones, honestly. You just saw it last year. Yeah, if you guys want to get in one of these leagues, you can head over to flockfantasy.com/domain. Sign up for the season pass. When these start coming in, as these come in, I'll just let you guys know how many spots you sign up for the season pass on this stream, we will guarantee you a spot in one of those leagues. You just have to reach out to us on Discord, and we'll get you taken care of. So there goes Marv at the 3-3, JSN at the 3-2. So nothing super surprising here. Is this a DFF thing, or is this starting to be pretty common? Is Marv going early third? I don't think it's wrong. I just, he never really makes it back to mid-late third in the drafts that we've been doing. TCG Luchador, thanks for joining in, man. He says he is new to the channel. Which one of these is your team? My team is right here, Nathan Schmidt. I have BTJ and Ashton Genty as my start. Lost audio again. Crap. Shoot. That sucks. Okay. Breaking news, Travis Hunter is the slot in Jacksonville. Is that like real breaking news, or is it the depth chart stuff is legit? The depth chart stuff is like he's the second wide receiver, or he's a starting wide receiver there. YouTube cut my plug, apparently. Avery DMing me. Holy crap, James Cook at the 3-6? What? Oh, he's panicking. Oh my gosh. Oh, I've never seen Cook go that early. Whew, that's a whole round early. Yeah, I'm gonna relink my mic. I gotta yeah, thanks Avery. I was just about to do that. So all right, 2 seconds of silence, guys. Hang on. All right, we back. Let me know if it keeps cutting out, guys, but hopefully that did the trick. Hopefully that did the trick. Thanks for the help, guys. Appreciate it. That's right, boys. Let the value keep falling. So Allen and Jackson go at the 3-5 and the 3-7. This is earlier than what I expected, earlier than what's normal for us. Not saying they're bad picks, but again, sometimes seeing them end up being stuck 3-4 turn, and then we have to deal with do we have to take them there? James Cook at the 3-6, though, is really going to be a big reason that the turn here gets a good amount of fallers. Got some name dropping going on here, which again, not bad, but will be interesting to see where some of these guys go. Does Hawk move up your rankings a bit with the Addison suspension? Eensy weensy. It will definitely be a great opportunity for him to go up a little bit. An opportunity for him to really produce at the levels that he was before the injury, before the ACL tear. There's Brees at the 3.8 and McBride at the 3.9. Oh. Need a little algo help here. Looking at my draft spot ideal strategy here. Okay. I can't not take Kamara. Sorry. Can't not do it. Kamara is mine. I claim him. I want him. McBride is really nice here. Yeah, I think McBride, this is generally where he goes, late third, and I think it's a great pick. Tyreek Hill in the late third is a solid value as well. It's better than mid third, that's for sure. Denick is going to get a stud in this range. He absolutely is. Alec Nervous, he loves that McBride pick, yeah. Avery's ticked. Thinks I'm so insanely lucky. Was definitely thinking AK2. Yeah, I mean, it was between that and a couple other guys, and I couldn't not go Kamara. So that James Cook pick really helped me, because what I was afraid of drafting at the 110 is I was going to have to toy with taking one of those top rushing QBs, and now I don't have to. So Nathan, call your shot. Hampton finishes as running back. 7. Logan loves the Kamara pick. Hate that people keep disrespecting him in drafts. Hey, I love that people keep disrespecting him in drafts because I get him. So I will encourage people to disrespect him and then tell them that I'll take him instead. But yeah, no, in all seriousness, he's been one of our favorite values that we've been talking about quite a bit on the DFF channel in a lot of our videos. Avery was storming the beaches of Normandy last night, and Nathan's getting 310 Kamara. Yeah. Though I will say, Avery got some pretty good values at price. Avery got some pretty good values later in the draft that I think kind of salvaged his day. And Saquon at the 1.6 is a good pick. So Sting said he almost took Kamara at the 2.10. I'm assuming you meant 2.10, Sting, because that's where you're actually drafting. Or 2.11. And I would not have blamed you. So I'll take the full round discount. Denick trying to figure out what he's going to do with this pick. Yeah, we'll see what I end up doing with this pick heading into round 4. There are a couple of avenues that I could take here. See what ends up happening. Just curious, what do you guys think about? Would love to know your guys' thoughts on Rashee Rice, since again the suspension hasn't been announced. But after hearing about Addison and his 3-game suspension with the caliber of offense that Rashee Rice had, where do you think he is? Do you think that knocks his value before we even know what the suspension is? Or are you kind of just waiting and seeing? Marv before McBride is insane. I mean, I can't blame people for doing that. I am back up. Jalen Hurts and George Kittle go at the 4-2. Wow. Whoa. Okay. I will get me some... Technically taking a 2 here, but I don't really care. I'm going to take Adams. I saw Adams fell to like the mid-4th in last night's draft, which again didn't really... I understand it, but with the Stafford stuff, I think it's being a little bit overplayed right now because Stafford's just old and he literally gets banged up before the season starts at all. When he starts like doing physical activity, he's like, my back! And then he ends up playing. So... he'll be fine. Getting steroid shots is like classic Matt Stafford, and he will play through it all season. Guarantee it. Devontae Adams calling your name. BK Rames read my mind. Devontae is wishing you a happy birthday. You read my mind. Ben Clemmy thinks 6 for Rice. Yeah, I mean, I think 6 is what a lot of people are potentially thinking for him. That's definitely possible. I honestly, like, I can tell you whatever I think about Rashee Rice, and at the end of the day, I really don't know. Like, we'll find out. I think it really is ultimately up to you guys and what risk you want to take on before you know what's up with him. Because you will have to absorb that for the first X amount of weeks of the season and try to get by probably 500 until he comes back. So... Happen calling it Adams or Evans. Evans goes right after me. So, yeah. Cool with it. I got 2 youngsters, BTJ and Jency, and then I followed up with 2 old farts in Kamara and Adams. Feeling pretty good about it. Happen says, the day that suspension hits, every rebuilding team I have is sending an offer for Rashee. As a completely unbiased worthy holder, 10 games. Fritz thinks 6 games. Thank you guys for checking the audio for me. That definitely did the trick. I got lazy this time around, and I didn't resync my audio or whatever because I tested it and I thought it was fine, but I will not be doing that again. Danik thrilled that he gets Wilson, needs the extra time for the next pick. Yeah. Spent a lot of time, but I ended up taking Kittle, which I don't think was bad at all. Man, dude, it's just wild that Wilson fell to the 312. I love that price. I really, really like that price. Oh, Nathan. Oh, just clearing the air. It's B. Crames. Okay. My bad. Crames is in Kramer. B. Crames. B. Dog likes Jason's team. Let's check out Jason's team here. Who's Jason? Oh, Heffern Jason, yeah. Chase, Bowers, Hampton. Yeah, no, I mean, we'll see who ends up falling to him at the end of the 4th. And there goes Rashee Rice at the 4-6. So that's a big deal. And you're seeing already a lot of variance in what people think about his suspension and outlook. Belt willing to take on the risk at the 4-6, which I don't necessarily think you're wrong, just my personal opinion. I think, again, you're probably still looking 4 to 6 games for Rashee Rice. Maybe less. It still could be less. Standard for a DUI, like this is pretty standard operating procedure for the DUI type of offenses that Addison has, are 3 games. It's not as clear cut and dry for Rashee Rice. Not all suspensions are created equal, obviously. When it comes to ethics, the NFL doesn't care. You can have a domestic violence abuse case that's like certified actually happened and get suspended for 4 games. You can bet. You can sports gamble and be suspended for the entire season or indefinitely. And that's just the way it is in the NFL. So there really is a lot of unknown with Rashee Rice. So I don't think taking him in the mid-4th is a bad pick. That's where he was going before the Addison suspension came out. I will say, I don't think the Addison suspension tells us anything about Rashee Rice. I don't think it tells us anything at all. I think the only thing it tells us is that his suspension news is coming soon. They took care of Addison's. Now they're going to go to Rashee. Tenacious G sticking to the Northeast. Yeah. That's pretty funny. Oh my. TCG traded Rice for a second in one of his Dynasty leagues. Just don't want to deal with it, TBH. That's interesting, TCG. I would not have sold Rashee Rice for a second, and here's why. Even though you don't want to deal with it, you were putting a lot of value on the table, just like sacrificing value that you were going to get back once he stepped back onto the field. Because here's the thing, regardless of the suspension, it doesn't matter if it's for 6 games or 10 games. When Rashee Rice is back and playing and scoring points, he'll be worth 4 times what that second round pick was. So I think you probably kind of sold at the wrong time there. How do you adjust your strategy, QBs and tight ends in a 10 team? Well, Gary, that's a great question. If you actually, I'm not sure if you have signed up for the season pass over at flockfantasy.com/domain. But if you have not done that, I will drop the link in the comments for you. And we have 10 team strategies. We have stuff for the algorithm, or in the algorithm for 10 teams. And hopefully that should help you out. Follow the link here, man. I will put it on the screen too. Denick just booked his hotel for the meetup. Let's do this thing. Heck yeah. Frick, my mic is peaking. That is so annoying. I have like the lock setting on, so I need to fix that. There we go. Hopefully that helps with the gain a little bit so it doesn't peak out. And we're locked. Mirage says, where's the meetup? The meetup is actually in Austin, Austin, Texas. That is going to be, I believe, on August 17th. We've got details that have been announced in the Discord if you want to do that. Hey, TCG, appreciate you again joining in. If you're in a Dynasty League and you like doing, again, Dynasty League, Redraft League, whatever, you can sign up for the season pass using flockfantasy.com/domain. You can also sign up for the annual Mother Flocker tier, and you'll get a free team voucher there if you are in a Dynasty League, and we are happy to do a team blueprint for you. If you want to come over and join the community, that's always an option. We would love to have you. So, again, appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us tonight. We got a ton of you guys watching tonight. Drop a like if you haven't already. But appreciate you guys hanging out and doing this draft or watching this draft with us. Again, this is my second real money draft so far for redraft. And Avery's second was yesterday, so we'll be doing a couple more next week. Just saw a season pass come through as well. So for the next league, that is the next league on Tuesday, I would assume is when Avery does it or I do it. Probably next Tuesday or Wednesday. Next week's first league, we've got 10 spots left at the moment. 10 spots left in that league. So first come, first serve to get a guaranteed spot in that first live league. And then we have a second one that we'll be doing live next week as well. If you want to get a spot, get in one of those live leagues, flockfantasy.com/domain. I gotta pull up this comment from TCG said, I have a really strong wide receiver group, so I felt okay letting him go. You're probably right, though. Yeah, even with the strong wide receiver group, we care a lot less about like positional need or lack of positional need and more about the overall value portfolio of your team. And when you're moving a guy like Rashee Rice for a second, that's so much lower than what his true ultimate value ceiling is, even with his suspension, that like our theory in Dynasty is like you never ever want to move a player when their value is dipped, when you know it's going to go back up at some point in time, right? So that's kind of the thought process there. And again, that second round pick, eventually it will gain value, right, over the off season, but it will probably not match what Rashee Rice's value is going to be at that point in time. TCG, I don't know if you, since you're new here, I don't know if you have visited the Dynasty channel, but we have Dynasty Domain is our Dynasty Fantasy Football channel. We do it year round. We have, again, a ton of content that comes out. We live stream every Monday and Friday over at Dynasty Domain. I can share the channel with you if you're interested. Not sure if you're already over there, but here, I'll share the channel with you. So there goes Sutton at the 411. I think that's a great price. Burrow at the 410, a lot earlier than I would have taken him. Chuba and James Conner go at the 4849. Xavier Worthy a little earlier. So Heffern thinks that he's going to get a lot of work with Rice getting suspended for who knows how long. We'll see who he takes with his first pick in the 5th round here. All right, TCG, I'm sharing the link with you like right now in the chat. And also, again, after the stream tonight, we'll be streaming on Friday on Dynasty. So if you want to stop in and say hi, we would love to have you hang out with us. It's like our channel ID. You just want to click on that and follow it. Dynasty Domain. Sweet, man. Yeah, TCG, we got a ton of guys in here that are over on the Dynasty side as well. Luchador, or David Elliott is over there all the time. We got a ton of Dynasty truthers in here. Happy birthday, says Doc Gambit. Thanks, man. It is not my birthday, but I do appreciate the love, but it is not my birthday. Happens and Dynasty don't even save me from being evicted. That's hilarious. Holy cow! I will say this is the craziest draft that I've been in so far. This is the craziest. Real money DFF redraft league that I've been in so far. This is the greatest number of quarterbacks that I've seen go through 4 rounds, and that's the highest I've seen Cook go. That is the highest I've seen. Lowest I've seen Garrett Wilson go. And there goes Walker at the 5-1. TCG sub now. Heck yeah, dude. You're the man. Appreciate you. Or as a Colts fan, I do not believe, unfortunately. I do love that you're a Colts fan, though. I am sorry. I am also a diehard Colts fan, and I'm tired of suffering. Thanks, David. It is not my birthday, but yeah, appreciate the love, I guess. Avery gave away a gun rack last night. It was wild. That is lit. I love that. Of course he did. Happen says, all jokes aside, when is the domain shower curtain release? Yeah, we talked about that on the Dynasty channel on Monday. If there's legit demand for that, I don't know how much we can say no, but also you guys are insane. You guys are absolutely insane. But we'll do a giveaway for you on the next Dynasty channel for that if you guys really want it. Garon said, appreciate it. Thanks. Would that be included if I become an annual domain mother flocker? Yes, Garion, a spot in the live league would be included if you became an annual domain mother flocker. and a team review voucher would as well. So again, if you're in a Dynasty league and want to get a team reviewed, you can apply that voucher to a Dynasty team. You get some trade questions as well. So would love to have you over there. flockfantasy.com/domain. Get in a live league. That is the best way to guarantee a spot in a live league next week, guys. So first come, first serve. Happen says he will single-handedly create the demand for the shower curtain. Sting is cooking. Let's see what he's got here. He's got Gibbs. He goes triple wide receiver. Ladd, JSN, Sutton gets Henderson in the 5th. Tet McMillan in the 5th is also a good value. I like that. Caleb Johnson at the 5.5. DK Metcalf at the 5.4. Yep. Jason really wanted that Joe Burrow stack. Yeah. I don't blame you for wanting it. It's not the end of the world though, honestly. Stacks are not paramount to a team's success. And I honestly, it's honestly whatever. Like we haven't really seen a crazy correlation with stacks on an annual basis. Sometimes you have those crazy ones like Tua and Tyreek their first year. That was a pretty big stack, but a lot of times, more often than not, when you're going for the stack, most years you have to pay a pretty hefty price for it, and it ends up kind of being marginal. So I drafted yesterday with Avery. How does getting in another league work? Is there a list for a second chance in a league? Totally understand. You guys want to get all the people in. Yeah, so if you want to get in a second league, we do have a wait list for that in case there is an opening by chance. So you can get into that. Just send a DM to Tom and he'll keep you in mind for a future league. We now have 9 spots left for the next live real money league that we're going to do. So again, first come, first serve. flockfantasy.com/domain. Sign up for the season pass if you want to get in. There goes DJ Moore at the 5.6. Okay. Daryl's not even from Indy. When I first started watching football, I wanted to support a terrible team and luck just retired, so I chose them, and they've been mid ever since. Wow, I'm so honored that you selected the Indianapolis Colts. We can always use more mid, so that is actually hilarious. So Daryl, you didn't experience like the trauma that was Andrew Luck retiring. That and Tyrese Halliburton tearing his Achilles in Game 7 of the NBA Finals the Halliburton Achilles tear is officially on par with the Luck retirement. We can't catch a break, dude. It's tragic. Daryl said, I think Stings is my favorite, but I like Nathan's too. No glaze. Thanks, man. I don't feel glazed. So you're a Colts fan. Your favorite draft is mine. You're my new favorite, Daryl. TCG said, how many leagues do you guys do a year? I usually do like 2 redraft and I'm in commission, 3 dynasty. Yeah. So, Avery and I each are in like 10 dynasty leagues. We try to cap it at 10, especially now that like this is our full-time job. We've got to like, we gotta have a limit now. It is a lot of people are anywhere from like 5 to 10 leagues. Some psychos are in more than that. And then multiple redraft leagues as well. But again, 2 redraft and 3 dynasty, that is super reasonable and sounds like you're pretty dedicated. So you will fit right into both communities, man. You will fit right into redraft. We've got the stuff for you, and you will fit right into dynasty. So seriously, I'm super pumped that you found us, bro. Haven't forgiven Luck for retiring after drafting him. I haven't forgiven Ryan Grigson for screwing Andrew Luck into retirement. I'm from the Bay, so I pass up on San Fran the year Jimmy G took him to the Super Bowl rip. Titans are going 17-0. You heard it here first. I want to see Nathan's next pick before I say if I like it. Okay. Ridley winning the Triple Crown, according to Happen. As a Titans fan, those years with Tannehill, Henry, and A.J. Brown, and elite offense have got me through all the disappointments that we've had in recent years, truthfully. Those were some fun teams. Those were some low-key fun teams. Dynasty Domain started 22 Dynasty Leagues with live startups so far this year with community members serving as commissioner. Yes, sir. So if you do want to get in in another Dynasty League this year, that's how you do it. Yes, we do Dynasty startups. We stream those every Monday right now. Don't blame luck. It was entirely the team's fault. Heck yeah, it was. I got to start prepping for my next pick here at the 510. I got to take a look at the algo. See if there are any options here that I like. Yeah, okay. It is lining up with my strategy so far. Or my strategy lining up with the algo so far. But again, if you guys want to get access to the algorithm and use it to help your help out with your redraft leagues and your strategy and whatnot, you can head over to flockfantasy.com/domain, use our code, use code domain. And not only will you get access to the algorithm, but you will also get in one of these live leagues that we do at least a couple of weeks. So there are still like 8 or 9 spots left in the next Real Money League that we'll be doing next week. Alec trying to decide right now who he's going to go with. Swift at the 5'8" is pretty rich in my opinion. Swift going early here, man. Biggest trauma as a Colts fan was Tyler Goodson dropping the ball on 4th down against the Texans. Could have been worse. Yeah, at this point for me, that sucked. That was terrible. I don't even think that makes my top 5 with heartbreaking trauma. It might sniff top 10, but even then, it's not like we were going to go far. Pacheco at the 5'9". Whoo-wee! Man. Oh, baby. M4D and Denick, beware. I'm about to make your life a lot more difficult right about now. Another running back, another rookie. Getting a little risky here with 2 rookies in the first 5 rounds, but M4 and Denick were going to clear out running back on the turn, so I couldn't let him go. Alec just wanted to get a reaction from Nathan with the Pacheco pick. Yeah. I will say I do prefer Harvey over Swift and Pacheco this year. Hang on, guys. Hang on. There goes Waddle at the 5'11". We'll see who Denick takes here. Patience, guys. Patience. Patience in the chat. Patience. Pacheco rebound year. Alec is sold on it. Very well could be. Very possible. It's not like Kareem Hunt was insanely efficient or anything. So if Pacheco looks like he did before his injury, then he does have a good chance to be productive. I'm not buying it. Not at his price point. I'm buying it, but could be wrong on that. Is there anything in the season pass you don't get as an annual Mother Flocker? Yeah, so the team review voucher does not come with the annual Mother Flocker tier. Yeah, it's really the team review aspect, and then again, like king tier for the annual Mother Flockers in terms of like one-on-one engagement with like in our DMs and stuff. There are a lot of pros there, but for the season pass, you really just get like full access to the site with our algorithm and our draft guides, but like no team review stuff. And I don't know if the discounts come. I don't know if the team review discounts come with the season pass or not. That's what I don't know, and I should probably know that, but I don't. Denick says, LOL, what are these RB picks? Trying to keep you guys from getting them. That's what. You and M4D are in trouble. Denick takes Odunze. That's a really good pick. I was hoping Odunze would make it back to me, and he did not. So. Doc said Gentry ain't a rookie. Yeah, he is a little unique. So does he really count? I don't know. Little Big Man loves Harvey. Yeah, I'm a fan of Harvey this season. I do think, there's a little bit of a low floor risk with J.K. Dobbins in that offense because I do think he'll get opportunities and carries. We'll see how long it takes for Harvey to really ramp up, but I think it could be right away. So, man, Denick really taking his time on these picks. I don't blame you, dude. This is a really, really pivotal range, the 5-6 turn. Very, very pivotal. I know who you're thinking about, and I don't know if you have the strength to do it, but we'll see if you do it. We shall see. Ben likes the pick, but it shouldn't have been there with RJ Harvey. Yeah, so Ben, the reason I was thinking that is because good chance. So here's exactly why. Denick essentially forced to take Montgomery. M4 essentially forced to take Joe Mixon. They were going to take the rest of the running backs that I was interested in. Harvey would not have made it back to me. And I didn't want to get out of the 6 rounds without 3 running backs. Because Harvey's worth it in the early 6th. So like when I'm on the turn here, I don't think it really matters. Like I don't think I'm sacrificing value here. I got to shrink my cam here while I'm on the clock. So looking at strategy here, some of the good values. Yeah. So the other guy that I had a feeling was going to make it to me, and I don't even, oh golly. Do I really need to take him? There are a lot of guys I like here, but you're right. I think I probably should just take him. He kind of is the clear value here. I didn't expect him to make it, but he has. It's not like the prettiest pick, but also like I have 49 seconds left. I'm thinking about another guy here, but there's another guy that I really like, but he really is just as risky, technically. Yeah, I mean, I think they're kind of all in the same tier. I am probably never going to get another share of this guy, so I'll just take him now because this is pretty abnormal. Very abnormal. So I'll go ahead and take Smith. I don't have an issue with Smith in the 6th round necessarily. No. Denick said, you're darn right I was going to take Harvey. Yeah, I mean, what can I say, Denick? I'm just trying to play you like a fiddle, you know? Can't go wrong with J. Morris Smith. Yeah. Here's the thing. Once these other guys go, I'll tell you what my thought process is with the other guys that I was considering. Travis Hunter was one of them at the 6'4". I have BTJ. Again, I don't think they're mutually exclusive, but I already have 2 rookies on my team. High upside with Travis Hunter, high risk. Already taken on a decent amount of risk with taking Harvey there. Trying to go a little more proven with Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith is a bit boom busted, but as a wide receiver 3, he is going to be a flex option on my team, and I really do like that. Yeah, I can tell Dylan loves Devonta Smith a little bit. Dylan is literally tweaking here in the comments. Pollard at the 6'5", jeez Louise. Is Pollard a riser or something? Like, did I miss something with Tony Pollard? That's pretty rich. That's pretty high. Great player, but wide receiver 2 in a low volume passing offense. Exactly. I mean, that's why I almost considered not taking him. That's why I almost took Hunter or a couple other wide receivers not named Devonta Smith, because with a 30+% target share, A.J. Brown only had 16.7 points per game last season. He was 2nd in the league among wide receivers in total target share, and he was a low-end wide receiver 1. Worst production he's ever had in his career, which, again, A.J. Brown, very, very good. I'm not a downer on A.J. Brown, but, I mean, you even saw last season, Devonta Smith was look at his player card here. Very inconsistent. In PPR, I mean, you're going from, you got 15, 20, 14, 15, 0, 20, 18, 3, 6, 13, 28, 11, 30. And then he got banged up he got banged up like 3 different times. So like those boom game or those bust games can lose you weeks, multiple weeks. And like, that's just part of Devonta Smith's game. So again, in my flex, I don't mind it as much in my flex because I didn't draft Devonta Smith as my wide receiver too. If I had taken a tight end up high, if I had taken a quarterback up high, and Devonta Smith ended up being my second option at wide receiver, I would have felt disgusting, absolutely disgusting. But in my flex, I'm good with it. Yeah, you had Devonta last year and hated the inconsistency. Awful player to count on. Yeah, but here's the thing, Crames. I agree with you, but also I did end up taking Devonta Smith at the 6'3", and I think it's because like Devonta Smith's price at the 6'3", it's a lot better than where he was being priced last season. So I do think the Devonta Smith is your wide receiver 2, which is what he would have been priced at last season. It's no longer. He's now being priced really as a flex option. Denix says, at least I don't have Monty as my running back 1 in this draft. Yeah, he's your running back 2 instead. Devontae in the 6 is crazy value. Okay, this is crazy. Of all the drafts that I've done where I know literally where everyone goes, for some reason I like always overlook Devonta Smith. Where does Devonta Smith usually go? Just kidding. I'm gonna cheat here. According to Sleeper here, I'm gonna look at the Sleeper ADP, the general ADP here. He's usually going 5th round. Yeah, that's what I thought. Fifth round adds up. So yeah, early 6, like when you go in mid 5th, I gotta find value there. Nothing like absolutely insane. I don't think it was an absolutely insane value, and I think that kind of shows it there. So there goes Judkins, and then there goes Flowers. There is a guy that's falling that is going to be one of the best values in the draft when he finally goes. Judkins at the 6-7. Again, I don't. Totally fine with it still. Fine with you taking on the risk there. Here's the thing. If I had taken Judkins, some people were mentioning like, oh, he wants to go Judkins. Not really. Like, I had just taken Harvey. I have Jency. I have my wide receiver 2 is a wide receiver 2 in Adams. Here's the thing though, like this is the one downer to my wide receiver room. I have 2 wide receiver 2s, 2 potentially limited upside guys. Actually, 2 certified limited upside guys. This is from Elijah. He says, if you're a mother flocker, do you also get the season pass? So Elijah, if you are a mother flocker, you get more than the season pass. So the season pass is like it's total access to the site from now through the end of 2025. If you're a mother flocker, you get total access to the site. With code domain, you get total access to Avery and I, and you also get you also get a free team review voucher as well. Audio issues again, dude. It's got to be my lemur. I think my extension is shot. Let me fix it. Addison, JMO, Tracy in the 6th. Holy crap! This draft is nuts. This draft is insane, dude. This is crazy. I haven't seen these types of running backs fly off the board like this before, and like I'm used to seeing running backs fly off the board, but not like this. Dudes are really thinking hard right now. Yeah, Sting. I think Tracy was a reach at 6'11". That was pretty rich. I'm not gonna lie. Braden says, when do you think the infinite blueprints will come out? They're coming out throughout the course of this week. Again, we have to send them out like over the course of multiple days because we have like over 1,000 now. Olave, by far the best pick. Heffron Jason, phenomenal value. I'm also glad that I didn't take Olave now, seeing how far he fell, because the league doesn't value him nearly as much as they clearly did with Devonta Smith, Travis Hunter, etc. I was this close to taking Chris Olave. This close. That was the one that I was looking at taking. That's crazy. It might be some. I hope it's not like Wirecast. Well, no, because if you're not having any issues, then yeah. TCG said this league going crazy. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, TCG. This is what the 4th draft that we've done. Pollard going higher than I've ever seen him go. Cook going around higher than he usually does. 5 quarterbacks going in the first 4 rounds, which is pretty unorthodox. Garrett Wilson and Tyreek falling to the late 3rd. And then Chris Olave going at the 6-12. Tracy going at the 6-11 is very rich. Walker falling into the 5th is not something I usually see. Downs going much, much higher than I'm used to seeing as well. That's also pretty high. But again, it could pay off. Again, I'm not necessarily saying that like all these picks are bad. I'm just saying like some of this stuff is like very not in line with ADP. Laporta is also a great pick in the 7th round. I'm totally cool with Laporta in the 7th. Gosh, I'm sorry guys. I'm doing my best. Yeah, I could try to fix my mic again, but it's just not. Clearly, it's not fixing. So, wait, are the smoothies a curse or a key stabilizer? That's pretty funny. Ty says, does the annual Motherflocker get you access to a Dynasty startup on Mondays? Ty, we will get you into one of those live Dynasty startup drafts if you sign up with the annual Motherflocker tier on Code Domain. To get into one of those leagues after you sign up, just send Avery or I a DM on Discord, and we will be happy to help you get in one of those leagues. Get in a live league with flockfantasy.com/domain. Again, if you want to get in one of these redraft fantasy live leagues, we will guarantee you a spot in next week's live league. And you just have to reach out to us after you sign up and we will get you in. But again, there are like 8 spots left, I think. 8 spots available at the moment. Denick said, Nathan, so you have Brain Rob ranked higher than Judkins. Absolutely not. Do my rankings say that I'd be Rob ranked over Judkins? No way. Absolutely no way. I don't think I have that. There goes Bo in the 7th, Laporta and Ridley going right before him. Again, a lot of thought going into these picks right now. Oh, website overall up. My bad. I got you. Yeah, that makes sense. Rainen said, Nathan, why Adams? Why not? That's generally where he goes, early 4th, and it was that or Evans. I don't trust Evans any more than I do Adams. I could have taken Sutton. Sutton ended up falling. I thought about Sutton, honestly. But it was really between, it was Adams or Evans, and I preferred Adams. And Hawk going at the 7.5. So some decent optimism with him there. Expert, not overall. I got you. Yes, TCG, you just make an account with Code Domain. So you'll enter our code Domain, and if you sign up for the season pass with our code, then we will get you into one of these real money live leagues on the DFF channel. Let me know when that goes through, TCG, and we will be happy to get you in one of those, and you can send us a DM on Discord. So again, season pass, annual Motherflocker tier, Up to you which one you want to get, but season pass will get you full access to the site, gets you access to this little sucker right here, the algorithm, and into one of these live leagues. So annual Motherflocker tier comes with a team review voucher as well. So again, like if you want a team review done for your Dynasty team, then the annual Motherflocker tier is there for you as well. And then you get like 30% discounts on all additional team reviews, all additional team review purchases. Sam says, happy birthday. Thanks, man. Sting Stain says, womp womp, Sutton is mine. That's a great pick at the 411. T-Mac at the 503. Someone called the police. Yeah, T-Mac pretty good there. TCG said, do you guys do update videos on the leagues you draft? I assume not because there's so many, but holy moly, this is a bit nuts. Yeah, this is a bit nuts. We take this data, we take this information, and we utilize it as like, hey, this is real life drafting. This is like what people are actually doing in terms of like competitive leagues and stuff. So we will take this information and we'll refer to it in videos and stuff. But in terms of like showing you the whole draft and reflecting on it in totality, not necessarily. We try to be a little more like general, so that we're not just talking about one specific draft. But I'm sure we'll talk about plenty of stuff from this draft in some videos. Alex said, Brandy, if you're watching, I love you. I want to sing the song. Brandy. Nathan, what's your thoughts on Devontae versus Travis Hunter? Same tier in my opinion. I think honestly there was higher upside with Travis Hunter, and I think you have an even lower floor with Hunter than you do with Devonta Smith. I could have taken Hunter instead of Devonta Smith, but again, I already have so many rookies on my team that I wanted to kind of diversify a little bit. And honestly, I don't want to be so wrong on Devonta Smith that I never get in on him. Like this will be probably the one time that I take Devonta Smith, like the one time. Looking at my cheat sheet here, some of the values that I can get here in the 7th round. And there goes B-Rob. Surprise Addison went at the 6'9" after getting suspended 3 games. Golly, people. I'm cool with that. Time to take QB, and I'm good with it. Nathan, you're about to take your 58th ranked guy. Dennick said, oh, I didn't see him gone. Probably talking about Addison, yeah. Myers goes here at the 7-11. This is where it starts getting gross, guys. This is where it starts getting a little gross. Nathan, do you have a favorite Star Wars video game? Yeah, probably. It's between Battlefront and Lego Star Wars. I like the Skywalker saga. I grew up on the Complete Saga. I love the Complete Saga. $7-10 Mahomes is good value. Yeah, I will take Mahomes in the late 7th all day. Worth me taking him there just in case Dennick wanted to go with a QB there. And again, if he goes with like another QB here, that's like I don't think it's a bad pick there either. But it was enough for me to just take Mahomes at the 7-10. I'll take whoever falls at the 8-3 at another position. Nate, would you rank Genty, CMC, and Derrick Henry at the 1-2 turn? How would you rank them? You can go check out my rankings on the site. But I will say, regardless of how I rank them in order, I literally don't care because I will take, if they were all 3 available at the same time, every time I drafted, I would take Henry and CMC and Genty. I would take 1, 1, and 1. They are all right neck and neck in the same tier to me. Force Unleashed is pretty goated. That's a pretty good game. Sting Stan killing it in the draft right now. Gibbs, Ladd, JSN, Sutton, Henderson, Tracy, Laporta. Tracy was a reach. Laporta was a good pick. And there goes Warren at the 8-2. He thinks he was sniping me. Warren in the 8th round is fine. I don't mind you taking him there. But again, I can live without Warren. I'm sure I'll end up with plenty of them. All right, where are we in the 8th round now? You guys are killing me. Making me take on so much risk. Golly. I don't want to do it, but I got to do it. Igbuka it is. Trying to clean up a wide receiver here. Clean up on the upside, at least. The remaining upside. That will probably be one of the few shares that I have of Emeka Igbuka as well. Rainen said, we trust in Caleb Williams this year. I'm trusting Ben Johnson. That's my political answer. Just kidding. No, I trust the offensive system. I don't think Caleb has to be like insane for that offense to be successful. I just think he has to do what Ben Johnson tells him and not be stupid. As long as Caleb Johnson is, or as long as Caleb Williams isn't stupid, then he'll be fine. All right, TCG, thanks for hanging out, man, and coming on in. We'll see you at the Dynasty stream on Friday. I will be on the lookout for you. KT Aggie said over, say his name? Yeah. No shame there. Image said, I mean, he paints his nails. Yeah, if there is a direct correlation, there is a direct correlation between painting nails and being not good at QB. Just kidding, there's not. 8th round means it's Tyler Warren time. Yeah, it's on the high end of where I would take him, but I would have thought about taking him there at the 8-3. If it was between Igbuka and Warren, I would have just gone with the position that I don't have, I guess, but... Nate, did you make this league best ball? No, I did not. We do not do best ball. We do real redraft. We do what the masses play. We do real fantasy football. Again, appreciate you guys hanging out and watching tonight. Drop a like if you haven't already. And if you would like to get in one of these live leagues, sign up using code domain. Follow this direct link that I just dropped in the chat. Flockfantasy.com/domain. Use code domain. Sign up for the season pass. When you sign up for the season pass, send Avery and I a DM, and we will get you in the next live league that we are doing on this channel. And again, just giving you guys an update. We have 1, 2. Okay, we've got, yeah, we still have 8 spots left right now. All right, man. A lot of people taking their time in the draft here. I am gonna potentially speed up the clock here. I'm gonna ask everybody in the chat if they're good with that. Again, just giving everybody a heads up in the chat of this league, and then we're gonna speed it up a little bit. to make it fair for the 7th round, we'll give everybody the same amount of time, and then at the turn in the 9th round, we will go ahead and change it to the 1-minute clock. Dennick said he took Pacheco early. Ben said yours feels like a very best ball team here. Yeah, I see what you're saying there. I get what you mean. Again, it's not super pretty. I definitely have a pretty low floor on a weekly basis if my guys don't pan out. If Adams has a bad day, if Harvey has a bad day, if Smith has a bad day, Buka, etc. It definitely does look like a best ball team. You're right. Not my favorite team. But I think pretty much across the board I made the right picks. Could have taken Odunze at the 5-12, would have been risky, and I wouldn't have had a good running back on the way back, so I'd be hurting at running back big time. I would have had to take Judkins at the 6-3, I think. I could have gone Odunze, Judkins instead of Harvey, Devonta Smith. Would have raised my upside a little bit. Alex said if he went RJ, he probably would have my favorite draft so far. Alex said I would have went RJ Harvey for sure. Yeah. Yep. That sounds about right. Draft settings. The clock is... hang on. Going to 60 seconds. Updates. Shaboom. We're at a minute. Kyler Murray and Charbonnet go there, so we got a little mini run of quarterbacks there. Baker and Murray at the end of the 8th. I think those are good values, respectively. Loveland at the 8-10 that's probably the highest I've ever seen him go. Just an ugly run of wide receivers. You start with me with Igbuka, Diggs, Debo, Kupp, Jennings, Shakira. Just gets gross. Golden, I think, is a fine pick in the 9th round. Ingram at the 9-4. Andrews earlier at the 8-6. Sting said my golden boy. Nice. Yeah, Sting, I get why you went with Tracy there. It just was really ugly at running back. You had to take someone, and there was no way any running back was going to make it back to you. It's just tough. Price of going 3 wide receivers at 2, 3, 4, which again is fine. That was a crazy run of running backs that went here, though. Jones and Pollard and Judkins don't usually go that early. Neither does Mixon. Been falling too because of his injury stuff. Mooney at the 9-5 is a good pick. Ingram just so low upside. Interesting. I actually think that's interesting. I don't. I'm not sure if I buy that. I think that he actually has. I think he has just as much upside as he did in Jacksonville. It's a less crowded room. It's Sutton and it's no one else. Daryl said Andrews over Ingram ? Why? Yeah, I probably would have taken Ingram over Andrews. That might not be popular, but one of them's touchdown dependent. The other one gets more target volume. Andrews literally had 69 targets last year. That was it all season. That's like really bad. Yeah, Alec, what made you go Pacheco over RJ Harvey? He says when he's good in all caps. Yeah, we'll see what happens to him this year. Hang on a sec. Okay. Alex says, who's your favorite draft so far, Nathan? Currently deciding. I think. I like that, Jason. You ended up getting Charbonnet to pair with Walker. That's some real good insurance right there, baby. I'm going to go with... dang, it's pretty even. I'll go with Broncos Pappy. You got CD and Kyron up top. Probably my favorite start in the first 2 rounds of the draft. And then he gets Higgins, Connor, DK, Addison, Bo, Shakir, and Ingram. I think those are all solid picks. All right, I'm up here soon. 9th round. In the late 9th, this is a really good pick. I can't not take Jaden Reed. So I'm going to take Jaden Reed. Give me some Reed. Holy golly, you guys are so right. It does look like a best ball team. There goes Warren at the 9-11. I'd expect a good run of running backs to go here. Did not think that Reed was going to make it back to me. One of them would have had to take him because there's an even bigger teardrop at wide receiver after him. A lot of unknown rookies. Unproven second-year guys. It gets really ugly, basically. Do you think Pat Bryant will become a good wide receiver 2 over Mims? Yes, I think he's wide receiver 2 over Mims already. Spears at the 9-12 is a good pick. Spears and Pollard usually go really close together, and they went 3 rounds apart in this draft. 3.5. Nathan, 2025 Flock League champ. Wow, thanks, dude. I appreciate the prediction. But, gotta make it happen. Gotta make it happen. Can't self-implode. $69 targets is nice. Yeah, right. Alex likes my pick. Thanks, man. He says favorite team other than myself. Of course. Drop a like, guys, if you haven't already. Appreciate you hanging out with us. And Marvin Mims. Wow, Jaden Higgins and Marvin Mims go. Jeez Louise. Okay. Uh, 10th round, I will go ahead and just take Dobbins as a little security in case I am dead wrong about RJ Harvey, but that makes me feel a lot better about my running back room. I never thought I'd say that, but in the 10th round, totally willing to just go ahead and take Dobbins there. Shador preseason game 1 starter, Browns savior confirmed. Is Shador starting game 1 of the preseason? That's hilarious. Oh, my bad, guys. Sorry. All right, we're shrinking for real here. Thank you. My bad. Becca said, if you win the Flock League, what kind of shirt or prize do you want? I'll let you know when I win the Flock League. Plus, I can't tell people. Ayuk was the other guy, Alec, that I almost took there. I almost took Ayuk. Was this close? Ayuk could end up biting everyone in the butt and just come out and start balling when he comes back healthy. That was a good pick, Alec. I had just taken Reed though, and I literally have 5 wide receivers on my team. So here's the thing though with Ayuk, Alec, that gives you essentially an extra roster spot to play with because you'll just throw him on IR and then you'll get to get a guy off waivers. Alec wanted Dobbins, won a trade. I took Dobbins for a reason. I really think I needed that security with Harvey. Honestly, week 1, depending on what comes out like during training camp and the preseason, I might start Dobbins over Harvey week 1. I'm really, really happy that it worked out like that for me. It makes me feel so much better. Sting saying so 5th string is wild. Denick said Higgins' upside is just worth it to me as a 5th wide receiver. Yeah, if I were you in M4DE, I was giving you guys Brandon Ayuk. I was like, here you go, take him. I wanted you to take him so I didn't have to deal with that decision. And you didn't do it. So Denick auto-picked, or no, did Tenacious auto-pick. Caleb Williams in the 10th is great. David, some kind of joke with Rashee Rice in there. I can't. Nathan gave away a year's worth of Rice-A-Roni tonight. Things are getting out of hand. That's hilarious. Great handcuff. I think the unofficial depth chart has Harvey as 5th string. What? 5th? That's hilarious. Did you read the update on Sleeper for Dobbins, Nathan? No, I didn't. Let me look. Dobbins first on depth chart, Harvey listed as number 5. That is so funny. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. Yeah, behind McLaughlin, Estime, and then like, who, Michael Burton? That is so funny. Because Sean Payton's been talking up RJ Harvey quite a bit, hasn't he? He's been repping as the number 2 running back in practice. He should get some preseason reps, so we'll see what happens there. But again, just another reason why I'm glad I took Dobbins. So I'm in a casual league where my buddies watch football. But don't best ball or anything. Sleeper has a Mecca 108, but no way he actually falls that far, right? He could in a casual league. He could fall that far. A lot of times, casual leagues let rookies fall much further than they should. Peyton puts rookies as last on depth charts. Yeah, and then he like talks them up like crazy. So that's pretty hilarious. Definitely like a team culture thing. Like you got to earn it. Sort of thing for these rookies coming in. Yeah, we'll get you those IR spots set up in this league. I'll fix that when I have a chance. You guys might have to tag me to remind me to do it. Yeah, RJ Harvey definitely is not going to be the 5th string. That's just coach speak right there. That's pretty good. Can we talk about the sleeper admin BS post on Rashee Rice? Why are they like that? I gotta see this. Oh, Rashee's actually a little banged up. Thoughts on Keenan? Pass. Keenan's past his prime. He done. But in reality, when you look at the historical numbers, wide receiver 2s do absolutely nothing in Greg Roman offenses. It's hard for wide receiver 1s to do anything. So we're already going out on a limb saying that Ladd McConkey is going to be very productive, and I do think he will be. But beyond that, there's no room left for anyone. Greg Roman's passing offenses almost every single year are bottom 4 in terms of total pass attempts. Yes, Ben, you're all right. You guys are correct. Again, I'm not panicking about Harvey. It's just it's just very funny. Yeah, Keenan Allen basically there to be a mentor and coach. Look at how I do it. Now do that. Yeah. Totally agree. Again, guys, appreciate you coming in and hanging out tonight, watching the live draft. If you want to get in one of these real money live drafts that we're closing out, or closing up on tonight, because we've got a few rounds left. But again, if you want to get in these next week, if you want a guaranteed spot, sign up for the season pass using code domain, and we will guarantee a spot for you in one of these real money drafts. First come, first serve. Got a few spots left in next week's draft. Please read the Rice details on the last post. It's hilarious. What post? They said it's something to monitor. This is something to monitor. Literally twice. Are you serious? Wait. Hang on. Rashee Rice was absent. This is an injury to monitor. It is unclear how serious it is. This is something to monitor. That is really funny. Purdy and Lee 11th. Heck yeah. Why not? Wow. I don't hate my team. This is just like, that's a heck of an unorthodox team for me. Like if you know, looking at this team, if I came out of the Flock League and that was my team, I'd be like, okay. That's just that is not a normal Nathan draft. It was really the Devonta Smith pick and the Igbuka pick, and then having multiple rookies in the first 8 rounds. Could pay off. I could also be last. ChatGPT got him with the Rashee Rice stuff. Yeah. I am curious what you guys think. Favorite pick in this draft? Go. Tell me in the comments. I want to know what your favorite selection was. I know what Dylan's favorite selection was. I know it was Devonta Smith in the 6th. Sting saying it was between White or Ramondre as a handcuff. Yeah. For you, Ramondre would have made sense, I guess, because you have Henderson, but I don't blame you with Rachaad White because he was still productive last year, even when Bucky was balling. Alex said, I kind of don't like mine, and then I remember I got McBride. Yeah, I mean, there's something you sacrifice when you take an elite tight end. Your wide receiver room is a little bit shaky, but honestly, you ended up doing the exact same thing that I did at wide receiver, and I don't think it's half bad. Puka, great. Evans, high upside, low floor. Hunter, high upside, low floor. I go BTJ, high upside. Adams, Smith, high upside, low floor. You and I actually had very similar approaches here. You just ended up taking the value with McBride in the late 3rd. But you have a good team, man. Henry, running back is really rough. I think the Pacheco draft or the Pacheco pick was tough. And taking McBride really is, you sacrifice running back by taking McBride. But you do, again, have McBride. And you got Ayuk in the 10th. So that could be a really big winner for you. All right, Baker at the 8-11, McBride, Purdy, Garrett Wilson at the 3-12. I did like Wilson at the 112 or 3-12. Definitely Wilson. So Denick and Alec both agree. Henderson for Sting. Yeah, I like that pick as well. Great value. Do like the Devonta Smith pick at the 6. Seems low. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I'm glad people like my pick. Yeah, I'm indifferent about my selection. Addison in the 6 could be a playoff winner. Yeah, I will say I am surprised that he went at the 6-9. I thought he would have gone in the 7th with the 3-year suspension. And I love Addison in the 7th. Addison in the 6th, totally fine. Becca said, everyone seen the DFF algo yet? Yeah, here's a little sneak peek, guys. I've been using this draft spot 10 with the sleeper ADP as my as my little cheat sheet for my draft today. I ended up having a pretty balanced approach in terms of wide receiver and running back allocation. That's what I ended up going with here. Ted at the 503 is a great value too. Yep. Wilson, a lot of people saying Wilson here. Bowers at the 212. That was a sneaky good pick. Bowers at the 212. You just can't pass up on him there. You cannot let him make it past you at the 2-3 turn. You can't. At that point, if you let him get past you, then someone is just swimming in value after that, and it's like not even fair. Hubbard or Henderson. Okay, Chuba. Where'd Chuba go here? Chuba went at the 4-8. Yeah. Love Ingram at the 9-4, but I'm Ingram pilled, so. Reason I took Addison is he's my 4th wide receiver. Yeah, Addison as your 4th wide receiver is great. Sits on your bench for a few games, come back, and he's just a bonus flex option. Big run of QBs here. A lot of people starting to take QB2s. Chrome didn't take a QB until just now. Got Stroud in the 11th. Hey, why not? Got to take Benson for the handcuff with Connor. Yeah, Broncos, you got to be feeling pretty good about that. Burden at the 11-9, I think, is a great price as well. I'll take a I don't usually do this, but I'll do it. Am I going to do it? I got 13 seconds. I will take Cam Ward as a late round shot. There goes Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb's a little banged up right now. Thinking hard here. What do I want to do next? Okay, I know what I want to do next. I think I'm pretty set, honestly. Sutton at the 411 is nice. Yep, again for Sting. Not gonna lie, the double QE is dumb to me, and low-key got sniped and ticked the Drake with the Drake May pick. That's funny. Yeah, no, I think double QB, like, you definitely don't have to do it. It's kind of a luxury option. I'm doing it now because, again, just taking the shot at the moment to see if it pays off. But honestly, I didn't really need to do it. It was just, if Cam Ward pops off, then I'll be glad I did it. And there are times where it does work out. Like last year, Avery won the Flock League. Part of the reason he won the Flock League is because he took Goff and then he took Jaden Daniels in the later round. Or he took Daniels and then he took Goff. And it ended up being a really great pairing because Daniels started a little bit slow. Goff was very reliable. If Daniels ever went down, he had Goff. It was pretty good. So there goes Kraft. Yeah, I'll take Jonnu here in the 12th. No problem with that. Nate refusing to take a tight end now. No one's going to take a tight end. Everyone cleared out tight end by the 9th round. So why would I take one when no one's going to be interested in taking one until the 12th round? So I just figured I'd take value at other positions. I had absolutely nothing pressing me to get a tight end because everyone already took care of the position. No need for me to go right after everybody already did it. Wait 2 more rounds, no sweat off my back. I was eyeing Jonnu the entire time. I could have taken Jonnu at the 9-10 or just taken him like I did in the 12th, and I got him at the 12th. So Literally, Njoku was the last tight end that went. I guess Kraft went, but I prefer Jonnu over Kraft. Sting got ticked. You were trying to get Jonnu. Isn't double QB a big best ball thing? Nate, are you sure you don't want to play best ball? Yeah, I know. I did it this one time. If Cam Ward doesn't do anything, I'll just drop him. It's fine. The biggest waiver weeks are first couple weeks anyways, so if Cam Ward doesn't do anything, then I will drop him. So again, looking at the algo here, the ideal draft, pretty in line with that. Inserts a wide receiver instead of Kittle. Really locking down wide receiver. Got my solid 2 running backs, and then pick 7 or the later rounds getting my 3rd running back solidified as well. And then I get the insurance with Dobbins just in case. But again, overall, I feel pretty good about this draft. Not a draft type that I'm used to. Again, those of you who are in a 10-man league, choosing between the 7 and 9 spots this year, Vintage Viewer is Vintage Viewer. If you haven't already and you want to get access to our algorithm, which does have every strategy point for 10-team leagues in whatever format you're playing in or platform. We've got it for you. We just dropped the 10-team version like today. So if you haven't gotten on the site already, use code DOMAIN. Sign up with flogfantasy.com/domain, and you will get full access to the algorithm. We will get you a spot in one of these live leagues as well. Ramondre, Braylon, Javonte, McCarthy, Kyle Williams. Yeah, but see, Nathan, why not draft a handcuff who might have the starter go down week 1 versus a QB where there's plenty on waivers? Well, I mean, right now it looks like there's not going to be plenty on waivers. Lawrence just went, McCarthy just went, Fields was a QB2, Dak was a QB2, Purdy was a QB2, Herbert was a QB2. QBs you're left with are Penix, Bryce Young, Stafford, Tua, and that's really all you're comfortable with. But yeah, you're not wrong, Denick. I could have taken Ramondre there. I thought about taking him. Hey, you don't have to like my team, Ben. That's fine. Just because I'm running the stream and co-own the channel doesn't mean that you have to like all my teams. You can trash my team if you don't like it. It's fine. It's fine. Where did he go in this draft? Jordan Mason went in the 9th. Okay, I was like, did Jordan Mason not go? He did go. Got a round left here. Pitts and Kincaid going at the end of the 12th, 12-10 and 12-11. I don't hate the upside shots there. It's whatever. Okay. Few guys on my end here. We'll see if they end up falling to me at the 13-10. I think one of them will fall to me. I'm pretty confident one of them will fall to me. If both of them fall to me, then I'm going to be in a pickle because I won't know which one to pick. The glazing's got to stop. Image said, I think this would be a somewhat decent Dynasty team that you drafted, Nathan. Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah, it's because I took a ton of youth. I mean, this would be This would be a really good Dynasty team. Holy cow. If I had this Dynasty team, I would kill for this Dynasty team. Are you kidding me? Jeez Louise. Heck yes. Oh, yeah. That would be a great Dynasty team. I'd kill you all in Dynasty. Unfortunately, I only care about scoring points in DFF. Besh at the 13-1, Ford at the 12-12. I think Ford right now is the 2. I think Ford is a 2 behind Judkins. So if Judkins does, on the off chance that he does miss time, Ford's the next man up. He was for Chubb. He's been productive in the past. He had some productive games last year as well. So still has some juice. He did get Ford and Sampson, though, so he's kind of hedging his bet there by just eliminating the risk, taking the uncertainty out of the equation and just getting both guys. Penix at the 13-12. Yeah, again, just this run of QBs, double QBs. There's not going to be many good guys available left on waivers. You'll probably have like Geno, Darnold, and Rodgers available on waivers will be the next best guys. Maybe Tua if Tua doesn't go. One of 5 feels like it really depends on who drops, but you need to make the key pick before you know. Yeah. Jason said, good draft, fellas. Yeah, Jason, good draft, man. I think you did a really good job at recovering. Not even recovering, but just you have questions at running back beyond your top 2. But again, since you did get Charbonnet in the later rounds, I'm less concerned that you have Walker with his injury history because you got both of those guys. So that's just, you have the Seahawks running back room. When Walker's on the field, he's productive. When he's not, Charbonnet's productive. And then you have Hampton. So those are your 2 running backs. Outside of that, you don't have any guarantees. So that's your biggest question mark. But wide receiver taken care of. Chase, Worthy, Olave, Downs. I like it. It's fine. Bowers, great, obviously. And then quarterback is set. So nice draft at the 1. Yeah, no, David, you're totally right. Every day that we get no news on Judkins, moves forward 1 slot higher on the board. He had multiple RB1 games when called upon. Yep. Dub just joined. Johnny Mustache, we got you in as well. So Johnny Mustache, we got like 6 or 7 spots left for next week's live draft. Again, for those of you who signed up tonight, send Avery or I a DM on Discord, and we will make sure that we get you in next week's Real Money draft. Dub missed the whole draft, man. Dub, if you have not gotten in a league yet and you just joined with our code, if you just joined with code domain for the season pass, send me a DM and I will help you get into the next Real Money League on DFF here. Mirage said, I just realized I depend on the Texans and Dolphins. That's pretty funny. Oh my gosh, you're so right. Nico, Mixon, Tyreek, Waddle. That is hilarious. I got 32 seconds left. Both my guys fell. Shoot. Okay, I will take the guy who I know is going to start right away. I'll take Dante Thornton. I'll take a shot on him. There goes Zach Ertz at the 13-11. Good pick. Dub said, I'd love to join a league. Sorry, I just subscribed to you. I'm new. What do I have to do? So, Dub, if you would like to get in a live league, we have the season pass option on the site. That's flockfantasy.com/domain. I'm dropping it in the chat right now. I'm going to tag you too. follow this link, sign up with code domain. You can get the season pass, $34. You get it like 30% off. So it goes from like $50 to $34. Best deal we have on the site right now. You get full access to all the tools on our website. You get our algorithm, which is our draft cheat sheet that I've been using right here. This is literally just Draft Spot 10. I mean, this is a 100-page document for any draft format, any draft platform that you're in. We've got you covered here. And you get full access to that, and you get a guaranteed spot in a live league. Again, if you sign up, send me a DM on Discord after you sync your roles, and then I will make sure that you get in next week's live league. They're like $20 buy-ins, so nothing crazy. All right, Mr. Irrelevant is Tua Tagovailoa. There you go. All right, guys. Take a look at the board. Tell me your favorite team. But it was great drafting with you tonight, guys. I think a lot of thought was put into every single one of these picks. I mean, this draft went a lot longer than normal, and this was a crazy one. This one was wild. So, great job to every single one of you who drafted in here. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight, and we will see you again on Friday for DFF and over at Dynasty Domain as well. So, you guys are the best. Hope you have a great night on Wednesday. It's Hump Day. It's Wednesday, my dudes. And I will see you again soon. Tuesday.